In 2022, 21 bighorn sheep were captured and relocated by helicopter to help reestablish a herd in another part of the state.
Let her buck. Come on.
When this happens, sometimes they're taken by a trailer. But the process resulting in a capture like this takes much more than just one day. Meet Ty Woodward, a terrestrial biologist with Colorado Parks and Wildlife who grew up in Lamar on the southeast side of Colorado.
From an early age, we spent all of our summers in the outdoors, and I had a grandmother that was really good about making sure that my cousins and I all spent as much time as possible running around fishing and chasing lizards and catching snakes.
A CC grad who obtained his master's at CSU Pueblo, I joined him on a trip west of Colorado Springs focusing on what leads up to capturing some of these bighorn sheep that are part of the Rampart herd.
Those operations we use to supplement existing herds of bighorn sheep around the state, but then also we use it for the establishment of new herds of bighorn sheep around the state. So really important practice that we do in Colorado, very important for the conservation of bighorn sheep on a statewide basis, but also across North America.
The process is one Woodward and others do for months leading up to a capture. It starts with some alfalfa.
And they're all up top waiting for breakfast.
Along with apple pulp. We then traveled up a private road highlighting the partnership CPW has with many community members.
Establishing a new bait site is pretty complicated. This bait site here we've used for decades, and that's only been done through the partnership with private landowners like the Flying W Ranch, which have allowed us to come up here and do this. And their history dates back to the initiation of this herd and those first few sheep that were released up here in the 40s. And then they also are big supporters of continuing the conservation of the bighorn sheep here in Rampart.
When we arrived at the site, the bighorns were waiting. A little bit of honking, calling down some others. It's a process that happens a few times each week, rain, shine, or snowstorm, while the sheep eat.
4, 5.
Woodward and others are researching.
The research or the data that we're collecting out here today, most of it goes back towards formulating our population estimates so we can keep an idea of how that herd is growing.
Now today we counted 49 bighorn sheep. They're all sitting behind me. Some days there's 50, 51, but the goal in a few weeks, put a big net above them, capture them, and take a small amount of them to another part of our state.
We will be working to establish a new herd of sheep with this operation here in 2025. Cool part about this is these sheep are going to go down to an area where there was a fire about 10 years ago. That fire came through, burnt the vegetation off of the mountainsides, and actually opened up new sheep habitat.
It's work like this that has brought a species back from near extinction.
As humans, we're all kind of tied into this system. And seeing the health of these herds is an indicator of the overall health of that system. Having bighorn sheep, one, it's iconic because they're just regal creatures, but in addition to that, they are a state mammal as well. They're also kind of emblematic of the state of Colorado and the rugged nature of this country.